Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, good afternoon, or good night, or whatever ungodly hour you find yourself listening. We are the Bards Against Humanity, here to strum your lute and absolutely wreck your ear holes. So prepare for a podcast that'll hit harder than a nat one in bed, because we're coming in your ears.
That's right. It's your boy Leo. Hello. And of course, our intro from our beautiful Dan.
Hello. It's good to be back in the recording chair, Leo. It really is.
It's good. It's good to be back. Now, we're once again, we're international, but this time it's not Dan's fault. It's my fault. So I'm currently recording in New Zealand. What?
Yeah, for those who haven't guessed, we have most definitely batch recorded these.
Yeah, but it needs to be done. I need to prep for being in a new country, but we are here now, and we are talking about the Fey Wanderer. Not much has changed.
No, it really hasn't.
Not much has changed in this subclass. We spoke about it before the recording, and I think the only way the best way we're going to do it, so we don't keep repeating ourselves, is we're going to go through the 2024 subclass, and we'll highlight where that changes.
Exactly, yeah.
And I didn't misspeak.
Because we were speaking about this before the recording, and we said that the easiest thing to do would be go through the 2024 one and highlight any changes, if there are any, as we go along, to avoid repeating ourselves.
Yeah, we've obviously gone through our old content, and there's moments where it's like, this is 5 minutes of and it's the same thing. I'm like, why am I reading it? Just say it's the same. I don't understand.
There's a reason we have so many shorts titled that have deja vu in the title somewhere.
Yeah, we have a lot of shorts with deja vu. A lot of them. Yeah. It's fine. It's fine.
It's fine. It really is. Fey Wanderer is a fun class. I think maybe I've played it once, but then again, I am a DM, and while I do tend to use humanoids for enemies quite a lot, I don't tend to use rangers as enemies.
Do you? Because you love the ranger. Why do you never?
More so, I think, because some of the companions are like NPC characters you've come across that have been more allies have been rangers, because I've always seen them as good boys. So it's just in my head, a ranger's never a villain.
That crawled across my spine.
What, because I said rangers are good boys?
The only good boys are Labradors. I'm only joking. All dogs are good boys.
All dogs are good boys.
All dogs are good boys.
They're all
Cannot
good boys.
stress it enough.
Yeah.
Oh.
And Daisy is being an especially good girl, even though she just heard me say her name. She is curled up asleep in her bed next to me.
Oh, nice. Nice.
No barks from her this recording.
And why would you challenge it like that? I don't understand. Why did she look
tempting fate?
Big time. Big time.
She's had a busy day. She's been running around, so she deserves a nap.
She's fine. So hopefully she'll sleep through.
She's fucking better. Anyway, Leo, why don't you take us in and give us a little background as to what exactly the Fey Wanderer Ranger is?
Yes. Don't worry. I also remember to do the background before just jumping in through the leveled abilities.
It's not a trend that has happened before.
It's not. It's a brand new change. It's New Year's. I thought I'd mix it up. It's my New Year's resolution. Do the background stuff before the level stuff. Anyway, so a Fey mystique surrounds you thanks to the boon of an Archfey or a location in the Feywild that transformed you. However, you gained Fey magic. You are now a Fey Wanderer. Your joyful laughter brightens the hearts of the downtrodden, and your martial prowess strikes fear and terror in your foes. For great is the mirth of the Fey, and dreadful is their fury.
It's a very difficult last sentence for you to say.
God, I nearly said the girth of the Fey. For great is the girth of the Fey, and dreadful is their fury.
You heard it here first. Apparently, Fey are very girthy creatures.
Very girthy. Not long, just... Whew.
They may be tiny, but they pack a punch.
Pack a punch.
I'm now hearing the pack a punch, the music in the background. And I haven't played Call of Duty in years.
There are moments, really weird moments, where I will really reminisce about playing Call of Duty with you. And it's so bizarre. It'll come out of nowhere.
It's like, holy shit.
Because for me, it was a whole... Like, I used to... So, I didn't even live in town, so I'd put my Xbox in a gear bag, bring it over, and we'd install it, and then we'd play. And then I'd have to pack it all back up again. And I just loved it.
And dude, you either walked into town or you cycled.
Yeah. Curious decisions were made. It's like a 45-minute walk.
Yeah, and that with an Xbox on your back. Actually,
yeah,
Xboxes weren't exactly that heavy, but after 45 minutes of weight in your back, you'd feel it.
Oh, they were heavy. It was the cheap one. It's not none of this Xbox 360 Lite. It was heavy.
Yeah, I just remember,
like, you felt it.
I remember
immediately.
Gun Game. I remember, what was it, Sticks and Stones. I got very lucky in Sticks and Stones very often.
Every time. It was infuriating.
I shit
Gun
Sticks
Game,
and Stones, but I was really good at the last 30-second tomahawk.
So Gun Game, I got really good at. Got super good at Gun Game. So I'm like, and I was like good casual at Call of Duty. I was, but Sticks and Stones with Dan, there's moments where you're like, it's not gonna happen again. Where I'm like top of the leaderboard. It's happened maybe once or twice, but it's a relatively long time. I think it's like a 5-minute game. And final 30 seconds, 10 seconds, you could be on the other side of the map. Dan's going to find you with that tomahawk. And it's infuriating.
I got good at the humiliation rules because I really sucked at Sticks and Stones. I just couldn't use the explosive crossbow to save my life.
You just gotta hit him, Dan. You just gotta hit him. I don't get it.
I don't get it
in a whole
you don't think I fucking try?
Out of a whole game about shooting guns, your best asset was an axe. I wanted that to be highlighted.
Yeah, but it was only
God
in
was
that game.
good with that axe.
In Gun Game, I was pretty good. It's just when I got to that explosive crossbow, I just really sucked. Ballistic knife, I wasn't too bad at either, but that was just more awkward to try and kill someone with.
Oh yeah, no. You run around with the knives, spade to spade.
Yeah.
The crossbow is like, well, I'm gonna die soon. Today's the day.
Today's the day. No, but then zombies, I think, is what we played a ridiculous amount of.
Religiously.
We only ever played on town, I want to say. Was with the lava in the center and the pack-a-punch in the middle of the lava.
Yeah. Is that what that's called?
I think it's called Town. Because if anyone hasn't picked up on it, it's Black Ops 2 we played quite a lot of.
Yeah. Yeah, we did Black Ops 2 really heavily. Because we actually never did the one with the bus. I don't think we ever really did it.
I don't think we ever did it. It was just, there was something peaceful about remaining stationary and seeing how long you could survive in the area that you knew like the back of your hand.
There was something special about staying in the place you know. Just, I will remember you playing on in the background.
Yeah, exactly. Because I think I tried playing bus with Kane before, and I couldn't grasp the whole thing of, you need to hop on the bus and then just go to this new area. You need to do this, you need to do that, you need to go and do this thing and then that thing, and then get on the bus and go to the next area and do more. It's unnecessarily complicated for a game that's essentially wave survival.
Yeah, I'm not a massive fan of how they did with zombies. They've made it very, there's a story arc and you've got to do all the Easter eggs, and it's like, do I? I gotta look up a guide.
Zombies left fucking nut in this one specific area, and he has to be the third to last zombie of the wave to then go off into areas 3 rounds down the way by spending God who knows how many points to unlock this one bathroom door that I can toilet flush this fucking zombie testicle in to eventually get 1 part of 20 for this passable weapon.
Damn. Tell me how you really feel. Yikes.
It seems so unnecessarily complicated.
So it got to you, huh? It got to you? I'm sensing
a little bit, yeah.
tension.
A little bit.
Got to you. Yeah. Well, how about this? We start off with level 3 for the Fey Wanderer.
Oh yeah, what we came here to do.
Yeah. What the episode's called. We'll do that. Yeah.
So take us in with level 3. So what do we get off? Get off? What do we get first?
I'm off it. I just introduced. All right. I'll start off level 3. So
okay,
at level 3,
if you want me to.
I'm onto your game. At level 3, we have Dreadful Strikes. You can augment your weapon strikes with mind-scarring magic drawn from the murky hollows of the Feywild. When you hit a creature with a weapon, you can deal an extra 1d4 psychic damage to the target, which can take this extra damage only once per turn. The extra damage increases to 1d6 when you reach Ranger level 11.
There is one very slight change in that.
Okay.
Yeah, because in the old edition they refer to it as the gloomy hollows of the Feywild, whereas now they refer to it as the murky hollows of the Feywild.
Oh, thank God. Thank God.
Yeah, it has not
Thank God.
fucking changed.
Yeah, not changed at all. It's, you know, it's grand. Extra free damage is free damage. It's a bit irritating that it's called Deadful Strikes, but you can only do it once per turn.
Yeah. Some classes might get like an extra, you can add a d4 of damage to your attack rolls. An extra d4 of psychic damage on every attack isn't exactly going to kill anyone much faster.
I don't think so. I don't think there's any harm in it for it to be just extra damage. You know, a d4, an average of 2, and you might have 2 attacks.
Yeah, because if you think about it, you can cast Hunter's Mark at this level, which is an extra d6 of damage on every strike. Granted, it's a concentration spell, but still.
It's called Dreadful Strikes. There needs to be more than one.
So far, I'm not feeling much dread. If anything, it's a laughable tickle instead of a dreadful strike.
It's a tickle strike. It's an inconvenient strike, because you're still doing damage. Don't get me wrong. Psychic damage, not many people are going to have resistance to it. So that 2 damage is always going to hit. It's just, yeah.
For level 3, it's passable, but it ain't anything fantastic.
Yeah. You're not writing home about it. You're not telling the missus.
No. Which I suppose brings us on to Fey Wanderer spells. And I can bring us down to the next level 3 ability as well, seeing as you introed and did Dreadful Strikes.
I know, I'm just doing everything.
Yeah, you're welcome. Right, you know, you're taking over here. I'm the feedback guy. Okay, so at level 3 as well, you gain what's called Fey Wanderer spells. So when you reach a ranger level specified in the Fey Wanderer spells table, you thereafter always have the listed spells prepared, and the listed spells are as follows. Once you reach ranger level 3, you have Charm Person. Ranger level 5, you have Misty Step. Ranger level 9, you have Summon Fey. Ranger level 13, Dimension Door, and 17. Mislead. You also possess a Fey Blessing and choose it from the Feywild Gifts table or determine it randomly. So it gives you a list of things here, but of course work with your DM to make something cool. You don't have to keep going with the list of things, but these are just some of the suggestions that they give you. So you have the option to have illusory butterflies flutter around you while you take a long or short rest. Flowers bloom from your hair each dawn. You smell faintly of cinnamon, lavender, nutmeg, or another comforting herb or spice. Your shadow dances while no one is directly looking at it. Horns or antlers sprout from your head and or your skin and hair change color each dawn.
That's fun.
It's fun. They're little kind of like extra quirks because, you know, Feywild's influence is taking over.
Yeah.
And I know they call it a blessing, but these are just kind of more fun things that you can add to your character, which can provide some kind of like fun or quirky RP moments, I guess, with character descriptions. The only changes with this feature really is, as Leo pointed out to me, because I really could not, for the life of me, no matter how much I stared at these two in comparison side by side, figure out where the fucking the fucking change was, because they're pretty much the exact same. Instead of getting Summon Fey at 9th level, you used to have Dispel Magic in its place. That is the only thing that's changed.
Welcome to the one change of the Fey Wanderer. If you're a fan of the Fey Wanderer, you already know what's happening. Unless you really relied upon Dispel Magic, then you're fucked.
You're screwed, buddy. Yeah.
They get some spells. That's fun. It makes sense. But the Feywild, do I think it's a game changer? Not massively. Maybe Dimension Door might be fun. Misled is a spell that I'm really not familiar with. Which
Mislead.
at 17, come off it. Boo. It seems fun. Is it level 17? Are you ever going to truly use it? Maybe. If you can sneak it in just before combat instead of contract. Fey Wanderer, we need you to sign this contract. Mislead. And I agree with you. I think for the Feywild gifts, I think you could. They're a great starting point. I'd love for someone to argue that parsley is a comforting herb, or paprika is a comforting spice.
No, I'd take
But-
smelling like rosemary over over those two that you just listed there, because that's at least more of a nice scent than like.
Oh no,
imagine
oh
coming
no,
in smelling
rosemary.
like paprika.
Who is this guy? I'm just starving for some hunky dories right now, though.
God damn.
I don't know who this guy is, but he's making me hungry. Get him out of here.
Why do I have this sudden craving for buffalo flavored hunky dories? It's not even the smell, but they just smell similar.
I mean, I'd
Yeah.
love for that. I mean, it's a funky quirk. I appreciate it. We're at least being consistent. I don't know if this is a game-breaking subclass just yet, but that does lead us on to Otherworldly Glamour, the final thing that you get at level 3. So what you get is that whenever you make a charisma check, you gain a bonus to the check equal to your wisdom modifier, a minimum of +1. You also gain proficiency in one of the skills of your choice: deception, performance, persuasion. That's nice.
It is nice. I'm also a little sad, Liam.
Yeah. Well, it's fine.
No, not from the ability, just the fact that you absolutely stole Otherworldly Glamour from me.
Oh yeah, I can see why you're pissed. It's such a short ability considering the next one.
No, I was sad because I said, "Oh, I'll take 2 abilities," because you introduced it and said Dreadful Strikes. I was like, "Okay, I'll do 2, so to make up for it."
Nah, it's all right. I don't mind. It's D&D. It's a Fey Wanderer.
It's D&D. It's the Fey Wanderer, exactly. We're going to be Trixie, like Fey.
Yeah. Haha. I shit in the forest.
So apparently Mario is now a Fey Wanderer. What does everybody think I'm a glamour?
How's a Fey Wanderer?
How do you think I get down to the pipes? It's a fucking dimension door.
When you think I die and I respawn, it's mislead.
Yes, that was just my double.
Oh god, we gotta stop. We
We
gotta
have.
stop.
Otherworldly Glamour is a
Poor
fine
Mario.
ability. It's fine. Nothing terribly
It's fine.
impressive.
Yeah.
You gain
Yeah,
skill
it's fine.
proficiency and you gain extra bonus to charisma checks equal to your wisdom modifier.
Which is fine. It's yeah. Bleh.
It's
Bleh.
fine. Which brings us on then to level 7's Beguiling Twist. So the magic of the Feywild guards your mind. You have advantage on saving throws to avoid or end the charmed or frightened condition. In addition, when you are a creature you can see within 120 feet of you succeeds on a saving throw to avoid or end the charmed or frightened condition, you can take a reaction to force a different creature you can see within 120 feet of yourself to make a wisdom saving throw against your spell save DC. On a failed save, the target is charmed or frightened, your choice, for a minute, and the target repeats this save at the end of each of its turns, ending the effect on a success. It is super fun. It's basically taking the magic and saying, "No, you."
The only issue that I would personally have with it is that, especially when it comes to like big boss battles, where I think it would be the most hilarious, the biggest, the beguiliest of twists, they tend to have immunity. No, yeah, immunity to the frightened or charmed condition.
It's a very common condition, immunity, charmed
Yeah.
or frightened. At least from monsters that I've noticed or used.
That's true. That's true.
So that could be a bias
That could be yeah.
of my own doing. The only thing I can see with this ability is, while granted it's great, you can use it potentially an infinite number of times, it does count on your party actually fucking rolling good and getting out of the charmed or frightened condition.
I think it's a great.
I would nearly prefer if this was a case of, if a party member is ever subjected to a saving throw that causes them to either be frightened or charmed, or attempts to end, like makes it saving throw to end the condition, you can use a reaction to then force another creature you can see within 120 feet to make a save against your spell save DC, or charmed or frightened, your choice. And I can see that being limited to, say, like wisdom modifier, which is fine. That I'd prefer over this.
I think it's one of those great ability that it's great ability on paper, but the more I think about it, I agree with you. I think it should nearly be when there's a challenge rather than a succeed, and limit that. That's fine.
Or even if it was a case of like we're buffing the ability yet again, of
Just make it better
when
each time.
of when an ally within 120 feet of you becomes charmed or frightened, you can use a reaction to end the condition on that party member or ally, and then force another creature you can see within 120 feet to make the saving throw against your spell save or become frightened or
That's very good.
charmed.
That's nearly too good.
It is nearly
That's
too
nearly
good, but like, once again, I don't know, does frightened or charmed actually come up that often for it to be incredibly useful? So you might as well, if it's niche, you might as well go slightly up.
Go hard. That's fair. I was about to say, the frightened condition doesn't necessarily. I know it doesn't massively change my game whenever. So if I do end up being frightened as a character, I'll either. Oh my god! Do you remember when I just ran around because I was frightened and I needed advantage because I was trying to do something, so I just was invisible and ran around the gap.
Yeah,
I
Leo
prepped
was
myself
invisible.
to be invisible. I had I'd prepped my character perfectly. I just needed the advantage. I had purple worm thing, and I think I just needed to hit to get a big crit, and I was frightened, and I'm like, well, I'm not gonna hit him for no reason. I've prepped this character to do one attack really, really well. I'm just gonna wait. So I just ran around frightened and invisible.
It was fun. I think you kept that going nearly to the end of your invisibility timer. So there was a whole minute of him being nearly the only character still alive. Running around.
Oh yeah, I think we started counting rounds is how bad it got. I think once we hit the fifth round, it was I gotta keep an eye on this. Because my invisibility, it wasn't the invisibility, it was the frightened condition. That was a minute. Or something. Oh no, it might have been invisibility actually. That would make more sense, it being a minute. So yeah, I think that's the only time it's truly come in the way.
Yeah, it was the frightened condition you couldn't get out of.
Just couldn't get out. You couldn't make that saving throw.
You couldn't make that save because you made yourself good at hitting things, not getting out of things.
I made my whole character to be able to. So Killian, who's also in the D&D party, he had the record for the most amount of damage done in a session in one attack, and I wanted to beat that, and that's the whole reason for this character. So it was you were able to choose these items. I'm like, cool, I need as much damage and dice as possible. So when it came to the saving throw, I was like, I even made my character to go first. I need to go first. I need this, I need that. And I just rolled awfully. I became frightened immediately, and I'm like, well, fuck. Looks like we're running. So yeah, no, I think you can make it super buff. I think the Beguiling Twist looks really good on paper, but I think when you use it practically, I think it's gonna underperform. I think it's gonna be very underwhelming.
Yeah.
But that leads us into level 11, where we have Fey Reinforcements. You can cast Summon Fey without material components, and you can also cast it once without using a spell slot, and you regain that ability to cast it in this way when you finish a long rest. Whenever you start casting the spell, you can modify it so it doesn't require concentration. If you do so, the spell's duration becomes 1 minute for the casting.
It's pretty decent.
That's pretty decent.
Just being able to cast a spell for free without material component is great. You still need to be able to speak and use your somatic components, of course. And once per long rest, free cast without a spell slot is great, I suppose. Being able to modify it so it doesn't require concentration is also another bonus, because a lot of ranger spells, for some fucking reason, require concentration, which is just ridiculous. It's strange. Summon Fey isn't too bad. The new version of it, I can't remember. Is it the same as the old? But you basically summon a Fey spirit that gains a certain number of hit points and AC, depending on the spell's level.
It's good. It's good. I like it because I think it's very difficult to, like you said, there's so many spells that require concentration. I think it's very difficult to get this ability out. So now, granted, it hasn't changed since 2014. Absolutely zero change. But I like the ability. So many other subclasses get so much more by this level.
They do.
Is the only reason. It's the only reason why I think so negatively of it. I think it's a great ability. It is
pretty good. It could have come earlier. but we won't complain about that too much. Once per long rest, free companion is great.
For 1 minute.
Uh,
10
for
turns
1 minute.
in combat.
Yeah.
Not 10 turns.
Yeah,
10
it's
turns.
only...
I can
Yeah, 10 turns. Exactly. It's an extra companion that can do a bunch of different things. It can zip around the battlefield. It can gain attack. It can gain advantage. Can sprout out a little bit of darkness. It can charm creatures. Has multi-attack equal to the levels, half the spell's level rounded down, which is also pretty good. Yeah, and it's only once per long rest. The only once per long rest restriction on it is casting without a spell slot. You still can cast it normally without material component, and every time you cast it, you can modify it so it doesn't require concentration once you've hit level 11.
Yeah. I don't mind the ability. It's a good ability, you know. Yeah. So what's the final ability?
So we have a level 15 Misty Wanderer. So you can cast Misty Step without expending a spell slot, and you can do so a number of times equal to your Wisdom modifier, a minimum of once, and you regain all expended uses after a long rest. In addition, whenever you cast Misty Step, you can bring along one willing creature you can see within 5 feet of yourself. That creature teleports to an unoccupied space of your choice within 5 feet of your destination space. It's a nice get out of dodge ability, and being able to... It gives you more incentive to dump some points into Wisdom to make sure that you have a couple of free casts of Misty Step, because Misty Step is never not going to be a useful spell to be able to cast.
Yeah.
And especially being able to do so for free and being able to take another willing creature with you. It feels very late to get that at level 15. Like, that could be fine in my mind as a level 11 ability.
Yeah. I'm glad we're on the same page. It's a great ability, but at level 15...
Level 15 feels very late. It is probably, it is, in my opinion, and I think you'd probably come along with this, the most useful ability in this entire subclass.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
It's not exactly very hard to do when a lot of the abilities in this subclass are quite lacking. This is a fun ranger subclass by any means, but Misty Wanderer being probably the most useful, if the one that you're going to get the most use out of, besides maybe Fey reinforcements.
It gives a really weird bard vibe. I think this would be great for role-playing. I think you'll have a delightful time, but don't think you're gonna go into... It's a weird build for it. It's weird that this is a ranger class, nearly. The way that they've gone about it. It's a fine subclass. I think there's a lot of stuff that's a bit pointless that is not necessarily massively game-changing. Obviously, when they have the level 3 Fey Wanderer spells, they use Misty Step and they use Summon Fey further down the line, for sure, right? That's fine. And you also get Otherworldly Glamour, which is just a bit unusual. Beguiling Twist, very pointless nearly. I think that's only going to work out maybe 50% of the time that you can activate it. So even after going through all those hoops, the DM can easily turn around and they're immune to the charm or frighten condition. And you go, alrighty. Thank God we rolled for that. There goes my reaction.
This is a subclass to me that's screaming for more, and it's something that I may in the coming like week or so, because I have that D&D kind of like buff in me that wants to give a go at, say, like buffing the subclass a little bit, but not making it absolutely overpowered, but just making it feel useful. Like it's something that someone would want to pick and just have a little...
I think it's close.
It's close. It's there. All of the abilities, don't get me wrong, they're not very powerful except for Fey Wanderer. And like Fey Reinforcements is also another fine ability. But levels 3 to 7, and even in that instance as well, I suppose Fey Reinforcements will give a break too, but from the level 3 and level 7 abilities are screaming out for something a bit more. That's something I may have messed around with it to just give like the slight buff. They all fit. That's the thing. They all fit the whole like Fey Wild vibe they're going for.
100%.
They just don't feel like ranger abilities.
Yeah, we seem to have we're big into Fey, but we need to remember what class we're with, and I don't know how well it complements it truly.
Yeah,
I think you're right. Where there's like, I think the like Fey Reinforcements and the Misty Wanderer are great abilities, but they're way too late. And you could nearly bring Misty Wanderer nearly down to 11, Fey reinforcements could even be, Beguiling Twist needs to change. Otherworldly Glamour makes no fucking sense at all. I think that's the most egregious one. And Dreadful Strikes is just dreadful.
Yeah, Dreadful Strikes is the one I think that I have a couple of ideas on how to change it. So if I get it changed before we start the next campaign, I'll give you a shout and you can take a look.
Oh, nice. Well, I think so. I think for me, I think the subclass is a 6. Is it a 6? 5. It's so close to a 6. I really like some of the abilities. I think they've got lost in the fact that it's a ranger class, and it's super underwhelming the level you get it at. But the ability themselves, especially the level 15, 11, and the 7 one is really close. I don't. It's just off. So I'm 5. I think 5 out of 10 is the most polite I can be.
You're being very polite with it. You see, I'm kind of between a 4 or a 5. More inclined to do 5, but that's just because I love Ranger and this belongs to my favorite class. However, there are problems with the subclass.
Yeah.
Waiting until level 11 for you to feel like you're gaining benefit from your subclass kind of sucks.
Is wild.
Like Beguiling Twist could easily be one of your level 3 abilities. It'd feel more at home. It just doesn't seem like it fits the power level of a level 7 character. It just feels a little pants.
God forbid.
A little pants. So I may give it a 4, and that hurts me to do. But the most useful ability is level 15, and you're not going to see level 15 that often.
Yeah, I agree. I think.
Love the vibe that this class is going for. I just feel like it's straying a little too far off the hunter's mark, if you get me.
Wait. I completely agree. I think I really like that. I think it gains an extra point because I enjoy what they're trying to go for. Yeah. But I think, dear listeners, that brings us to the end of another session where the dice are hard, the jokes are harder, and our standards are at an all-time low. If you enjoyed this chaos, be sure to like and subscribe. If not, at least we finished, even if you didn't. Goodbye.
Goodbye, motherfuckers.